Hello and welcome. My name is John Michael Collins. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. The music you just heard is fun, upbeat, and kind of depicts me. It was provided by my friends Marino and Noah Correa, who are part of a company called Cinema Sonic. Head over to their website down in the description to find out how you could get quality audio and visual works for your next project. Someone recently told me, or rather asked me, what do I want to get out of this? Not in regard to my podcast, but in regard to something else. And immediately I was like, work. No. Like, I thought about that afterward because, okay, so a little bit of context. I was confronted by some people about, just not in a bad way at all, just talking about what I want to do in life. They kind of asked me a bunch of questions. And in the moment, I was really like, here's an answer. Here's the normal answer that you were probably expecting to hear. I've probably thought about it after the fact, probably collectively for like an hour. I was just trying to talk myself through, okay, what is it that I actually want out of this? And it's really cool because I scheduled a session with an acting coach, and he kind of asked me the same question, like, what do you want to get out of this? Which? Where's my script? There it is. You know, if I could go back in time and, say what I actually wanted, I would say pretty much the same thing my coach told me. Basically, I want to be a better me. Work gives us money, and, money is, one, a necessity, a necessity, to pay bills and stuff. Mostly everybody wants to have money. So yes, work would be cool, but ultimately to these people I said, I was meaning I want work because I want to do this more. So what do I want out of this? I want to be a better me. I want to learn more how to enjoy this and pursue a passion for it. I'm doing it because I have a passion for it, but I want to grow that passion. I said to a different friend a few days ago, we were talking about passion. I said, every week I question why I'm doing this, which I was talking about my podcast. Sometimes you just gotta do it even if you think it's stupid. Laughing face with tears coming out and then actual crying face. Someone also told me, not sure who, to keep doing it even when no one's listening. And then he said, if you love doing it, then I agree with them. If you don't, then I would argue putting your creative energy into something else. And then I said, I would counter to say there are 3 parts: recording, editing, and publishing. Do I love each one equally? Heck no. Laughing face with tears coming out of the corners of your eyes. The only thing our souls will love at a solid 10 are the things we'll do in eternity. Wink face. And then he said, that is true. Can't argue with that. So I do definitely believe and won't discount that you can find a passion for something here, right now. If you don't believe in eternity, you definitely can. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Anything really that you find yourself doing on this earth, you're going to probably make some complaint about it. You might say, this is the perfect thing, I love it, I'm 100% satisfied. I'm not going to argue with you, and I definitely commend you for being able to find that thing and stick with it. But the truth is that we all get tired of doing something. There's a reason, I believe, that work is difficult. And you can look at the book of Genesis. I won't go into it. But this thing about work, yes, I want more work, but actually, I want this type of work. The thing that my coach was saying, for an actor, the work is in the auditioning. If you can find yourself to love that, if you can find yourself to love anything, then it becomes less of work and more of play. But the saying, work before play, and the only place you'll find success before work is in the dictionary. All that being said, if you didn't hear any of that, if you tried to fast forward to skip through it, hear this, that I want to improve myself. And so yesterday I was just the thought of brushing my teeth, I'm first I was like, do I need to do this right now? And then I'm like, every opportunity that I see that I can better myself, I should do it. So brushing my teeth, yes. And then I flossed my teeth. And then I rinsed with mouthwash. That's a very specific order that you should do it in. Speaking of a very specific order, if you were just joining, this podcast is a personal and therapeutic tool that I call a vocal diary. It's a space for me to process thoughts, explore stories, and just, in all honesty, share them with anybody who might be interested. I understand not the whole world is interested in my life, which is okay, but you're missing out. I'm not doing this for any type of social gain or to be a better human. Am I doing it not to be a better human to boast before anyone else? I'm doing it to help myself. Because processing thoughts out loud, sometimes I'm just talking to talk, but other times I don't really get anyone to talk to. And, talking to a microphone is, in a way, kind of soothing. But it's also creating something, and creating something is cool. I said a few episodes ago that in order to create something, it doesn't have to be like this super shiny sandcastle with a super shiny garage with a super shiny Lamborghini inside of it. Which, by the way, I was driving the other day, and this lime green Lamborghini, flew past me. Okay, it didn't fly past me because of physics and stuff, but it was probably going 30 miles an hour faster than me. What was I talking about? Not being a better human, talking. Yeah, episodes 1 and 2 talk about who I am, so if you're interested and want to go back and listen to them, episodes 1 and episodes 2. Other than that, you don't have to listen in any other chronological order. A quick disclosure that going on tangents may or may not be involved. This show is conversationally true to how I speak, which I catch myself talking a lot of times, going on tangents, and yada, yada, yada. So here we go. To when summer gets really hot. So 2011, I had that farm internship in Iowa, in eastern Iowa. So I was going around to different farmers' fields and picking leaves and looking for insects. In the Midwest, if you've ever been to the Midwest, and shout out to my people in the Midwest. Hey, I love you. That's weird. I was thinking about one person when I said that. Okay, 2 people, but I know more people in the Midwest than 2 people. And I won't say who those people are. If you are that person and you ask me, then I will tell you it was you. I was wearing jeans and a polo. There's one point I was walking in so there are different stages of corn as it grows. Okay, it's a seedling, and then it sprouts, and then it shows itself above the soil, and then it grows more, and then it gets leaves, and then it grows taller, and then it has more leaves, and then it grows taller, and it has more leaves, and then it grows taller, and it has more leaves, and it grows taller, and then what? You guessed it, it has more leaves. And at some point, it grows so tall that at the very top, it starts to pollinate and send out pollen. It's toward the end of its life. Well, on a scale from 0 years to 100 years, it's about 60 or 70. Maybe 50, okay, 50 to 70, that you get the idea. At that point, it sends out its shoot and starts creating pollen to pollinate the... Yes, I don't need to explain what pollination and things related to pollination are. At some point, you just have a piece of corn. It starts out really small, and then it grows. But when it's pollinating, that stuff is layered on all of the leaves, and if you're walking through it, it gets all over your face, and breathing it in is actually really bad. The pollen's really sticky, and it's also really hot. That's why it's sticky, it's because it's really hot. I think that summer it was ridiculously hot. I'm here now, and I survived. Another time in the summer when it was really hot was when I was mascotting. It was my first mascotting event as Cy the Cyclone for Iowa State. He was one of my best friends for 2 years. My first event and my last event were both very, very hot. The first event was a parade around Ames, Iowa. I showed up in the suit. I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. And sometimes in the suit, it gets so hot that you're just like, it's good that no one can see you because your eyes are kind of closed. So you're just really, really trying to hang on and like move as much as you can so you don't like actually start falling asleep. But you're sweating a lot because it's so hot. I think it was like record 96 degrees or something. My last event, too, it was like a record 96 degrees. I don't know. It was just really hot. It felt like it was a record hot day. Yeah, it's crazy, like how when the earth is rotating and stuff, it gets hot. But the lesson with all this, when it gets really hot, drink a lot of water. Yep. Because that's good. Water's good for you. And wear sunscreen. But if it's like super sweaty hot and you wear sunscreen and it's like on your face, be careful so it doesn't get in your eyes. To when I loved Disney Channel, there was a time in my life, there was a time in most of our lives where we probably loved or hated Disney Channel. Disney Channel is a channel on television with shows like Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Even Stevens, Kim Possible, and Lilo and Stitch. Wow! I'm surprised that I remember that many shows. That's probably not a lot of shows. I'm not even looking up shows on Disney Channel. The main show that I was thinking of... Oh, by the way, this was like 2008 and 2009. Hannah Montana was probably my favorite show because it was just awesome if you've ever seen it. If you haven't seen it, you should probably watch it because Miley Cyrus and her dad are in it, Billy Ray Cyrus. And that was just a cool show. Oh, and also That's So Raven and Sister Sister. And Disney Channel was cool because like it would have these movies that had actors and actresses from those shows, like Sister Sister. Wow, I'm so proud that I remember this. That's because I watched it yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. I did not. I don't even have a TV, okay? Yeah, Tia and Tamara Mowry. Twitches, where they were like they're twin sisters, and they were in the movie. They were witches, so twin sister witches. Oh my gosh, this is just my opinion. I feel like they did such a great job of like showing a variety of different shows. And then all the characters, okay, Hannah Montana, the cartoon characters like Kim Possible, who else? Like Raven Simone, like everybody, Zack and Cody, they would do the thing where they like outline Mickey Mouse's head on like it was like a commercial transition or something. They're like, hi, my name is John Michael Collins, and you're watching Disney Channel. And then they draw the Mickey Mouse head, but they have to do it backwards because the camera sees it differently from what the actor sees it as. Like I was saying, showing a variety of different shows, but then, yeah, also having the movies. And like during Halloween, like October, they would have a theme of movies, and December for Christmas, and all that stuff. And why am I talking like this? I don't know, but it's fun. When I was little, I used to always talk like this. I used to always be talking about something with my voice down low and then bring it up to the top like that, kind of like with a question mark on the top. And my sisters always made fun of me. So at a point in my life, I stopped doing that. But that's aside from the fact. I loved Disney Channel. It was cool. I had my TV like sitting on the floor of my bedroom, my futon right next to the TV. So it was like the futon was like 1.5 feet off the ground, and I could just like roll onto the floor and watch it on the TV. I would actually watch it to help me go to bed. That was pretty soothing. I spent a lot of time with Disney Channel. Thank you, Disney Channel, for being you. I loved it. If you find something you love, spend time with it. even if it sounds weird, like I always thought Disney Channel was stupid until I actually started watching it. It's like Minecraft and kayaking and reading books. Now I love all those things. But I haven't watched Disney Channel in a really long time. To when I realized I'm different than everybody, I'm going to say sometime in middle school, maybe like, we'll say 7th and 8th grade. This time in my life was really sad. I feel like time in everybody's younger days was really sad. We all have sad times in our life all the time. And if you do, I'm sorry. I'm truly, truly sorry. And I beg you to hang in there. Please, please hang in there. I didn't really fit in with one select group. This is still kind of like true to this day, that I'm just like my own compadre, my own, not companion, because God created a companion for Adam. The Lord God said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Genesis 2:18. I've always kind of been part of a group for a season, but not part of that group for long enough to where I've felt like you do when you're around your family, if you really have that strong bond connection with your family. If you don't have family and you don't have friends and you do truly feel alone, it's okay, because like last episode I said, you have you. And that's more than nobody. But middle school, it was lunchtime. I've had a few instances of this in my life where quit trying to talk about it before you actually mention it. I was going to lunch and I sat down with my friends. And I think I said out loud, but maybe nobody understood. I was super happy and joyful. I was like, is this what it's like to have friends? Or I just thought that because it was a sweet moment and I was just super joyful. And I had those friends for a short time because I was at that school for a short time. I still talk to some people from that school, which is awesome. That was Pioneer, by the way. At Fort Collins High School, I had a similar experience to that. I didn't say it out loud. I was like, man, this is good. This is nice. I guess in college I had that too. It's when I realized I'm different than everybody. Everybody is different than everybody. You might look and act 99.9% similar to another person, like a doppelganger, but you're still different. If you have a twin, two of my friends from high school, they are biological twins, so they're sisters, and I remember hearing someone say that they look nothing alike. Because they're different. Yes, they're biological twins, and they may act very, very similarly, but they're two different people. They're not the same person. So when you feel alone, and you feel like you don't relate to anyone, just know that other people probably feel like they don't relate to anyone either. If you meet somebody and you both feel alone, and you both feel that you don't relate to anyone, and you both feel that no one likes you, and you both have different favorite colors, you can both be like, hey, we're actually a lot alike. We're different, because I'm me and you're you. You may be a girl and I may be a boy, or vice versa, or you're both boys or you're both girls. Yeah. Specifically with this topic, a lot of people have called me weird, goofy. One guy called me a goober. You have to own it. You can't let it get you down, because if you just let it get you down, then that's going to become your identity, that, man, I'm nobody, when in fact you are somebody. You might be different than everybody else in the world, but you are unique. I really, 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 really want to thank you from the deepest part of my heart for tuning in to this episode. If you liked it, please share it with your family and friends and anybody and everyone you know. Also, if you don't mind, head over to my website, which is my creative portfolio, johnmichaelcollins.com.
Do you know the way?
Thanks for listening.